Hi, everybody. Welcome to Healing with Love. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we have something special. Going back to my roots, one of the reasons many of you subscribed to my channel in the first place, numerology. So I'm really excited to do this. Everything's already prepared. Now, the way that we're going to do this is if you know your numerology chart, this is going to be a custom numerology reading. So whatever numbers are in your, whatever number is your life path, whatever number is your birthday number, whatever number is your soul number, your personality, or your destiny, you can pick all the numbers that are in your chart, and that'll give you a custom reading. So if you're a life path 7, you pick life path number 7. If your birthday is the 7th, then you pick number 7. If your birthday is the 8th, you pick an 8th. If your destiny is a 1, you pick number 1. So you have various numbers to pick from based on your numerology chart. And if you don't know your numbers, I will leave a handy dandy calculator in the description box for you. And if you have any questions or comments or would like me to do your numerology for you in the comment section, feel free to leave me your birthday, your full birthday, and your full name. Okay, so we are going to get started. I'm really excited because I'm kind of blown away the cards that came through for each individual reading. So we're just going to get started. Okay, and the timestamps will be in the description for all the numbers so you can easily navigate to your specific readings. Okay, so here we go. So the first, we're going to start with number 1. I actually have this little thing here. So if your birthday is number 1, or if your life path is number 1, or your soul, destiny, etc., is number 1, here, this is your reading. Okay, so the basis of the reading, we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So, usually this talks about holding on to people, possessions, everything too tightly, right? If you look at him, he's really holding on to that coin. He's almost miserly, very stubborn, a lot of hoarding. This card always reminds me of lack mentality from our ancestors. Like we hoard like plastic bags or Tupperwares or things like that just no longer serve us. And before I get into the reading, I want to talk about life path number 1. Life path number 1 is the original. It is the innovator. It is the leader. It represents new beginnings, right? The pioneer of things. It's very headstrong. It can have sometimes issues with controlling things, controlling others, controlling situations. That's why it's hard for them to let go of things, because they like to keep everything in control. So it's hard to release things. So this card coming up here is very synchronistic with the number 1, because the number 1s can tend to get in this energy of holding on to things too tightly. Right? So it also represents financial security, saving for big purchases. But when it's in reverse, and it's also the throat chakra, so communicating your truth. But this is all about, and it popped up in reverse, but I wanted to read it both ways. So it's shedding old, letting go of people, possessions, or issues. And it talks about sharing. So when we're in this energy upright, we're very stingy. We're not very generous. We don't like to share our money or our wealth or anything. But in reverse, we're letting go of that, realizing that when you give, you receive, not only because you give from your heart and it helps your heart feel good about yourself, but it also, universe rewards the giving heart. So I'm seeing that popping up for somebody. Next card is having faith that you will be provided for. So that coming through budgeting, right? Having faith that you'll be provided for. It was in reverse. That represents letting go of all that stuff and having faith that it will be replaced with something better. Like Maria Kondo says, if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. So you're being handed this cup, this emotional fulfillment I'm seeing, right? Amethyst represents the crown chakra. Realizing that I am you and you are me, and having a real deep understanding of that connection. You've got the whole world in your hands, right? I'm also seeing somebody being pregnant. So because it looks like, Mother Earth cradling the child, but something emotionally fulfilling is coming for you. And this is coming after letting go of this stuff that you've been holding on too tightly for, right? Abundance is coming. So you've let go of a lot of things. You've had to pay bills. You'd have to do all this. And you have faith that the universe will replenish. So I'm seeing abundance coming in. Wish fulfillment is coming in for somebody. You see all the like pastel watercolors, almost looks like a painting dripping down. It reminds me of one of the other cards that came through, like laziness. But I'm seeing the opposite of laziness. I'm seeing really trying to get some stuff done. Abundance coming through in all forms, having faith that it will come through. If you've been going through a hard time where you've had to, fasten your belt straps. This is like, well, now everything's coming. Like everything that you didn't have is now coming in abundance. So if you didn't have love, it's coming in abundance. If you didn't have money, it's coming in abundance. If you didn't have opportunities, it's coming in abundance. And then Teacher Awakens, Mary Magdalene. I love Mary Magdalene. She represents the heart chakra, right? You have something important to share. So immediately it reminds me of this throat chakra. So you've been wanting to share something with somebody, because I also see sharing, generosity. And generosity doesn't have to be money. It could be sharing your feelings, being generous with your feelings, being generous with your emotions, right? With your art, with your creativity, with anything. Don't let anything stop you. Follow your inner call. So Teacher Awakens. So I see like somebody, their ability to teach on a deep level is coming in, because I'm seeing tremendous amount of strength, more rainbows here. So a lot of wish fulfillment is coming in. And I feel like there's something inside of you that you've been through these experiences, and now you're teaching others. And I'm also seeing love. Maybe teaching others about self-love, because I'm seeing love, but I am also seeing this new beginning coming, which is interesting because the card itself is about new beginnings. So I want to just take a little quick peek at faith for you guys, because there's little sub messages. And before I get to that, the song that came through for you guys was Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. And that song's about a new beginning, moving on with life. Having faith that when you get rid of something, the universe will replace it with something better. You know how they say saying goodbye to good means saying hello to great? That's what happens. When we release something, we're telling the universe, now we're ready for what we really deserve. So, faith. I'm gonna miss you like a child misses their blanket. But I've got to move on with my life. So that's what the song says. It's time to be out on your own independence. So number 1 also represents independence. So where you've been in a partnership for a long time, maybe it's time to be independent and move out, or find new connections. And it's royal purple brick. I am more than I think I am. I have a tremendous amount of personal magnetism. Am I willing to allow myself to shine? The key ideas are there's miracles all around. So I am seeing miracles coming, some sort of abundance, some sort of wish fulfillment coming with these 2 cards over here. And it talks about using energy in a self-defeating way. So if you talk down to yourself, or you you don't give yourself enough credit, or you don't think that you're good enough, and you're always telling yourself negative thoughts, this is also talking about your thoughts create your reality. So trying to shift that energy. I'm also seeing a muse here. So you are somebody's muse, or they are somebody, or somebody else is your muse. But I've been seeing a muse in my stories on Instagram. So here it is again. Somebody is somebody's muse. So, and in the little legend on this, it talks about Peggy is terrified. She can't see past the wall in front of her, and it is preventing her from moving forward. She cries out for help. The great spirits appear and tell her that she is holding a royal purple brick, thinking it is a wall. So when you hold on to something, like people hold on to people that are toxic, and they put them on such high pedestals, not realizing that they're just so horrible. And it's realizing your worth and letting that purple brick go. It's not anything special. So it's about putting down that brick and the future lights up when you finally release things that are no longer serving you, that are toxic in your life, right? Okay. So, yeah. So that's, oh, I wanted to read Teacher Awakens real fast. This is going to be a fast one. Mary Magdalene, we know is the counterpart to Jesus Christ. Some people don't think so, but I do. There's just a lot of history that we were not taught in books. So you have a strong desire to share what you have learned. You may feel people will dismiss you or ridicule you, but don't worry. Mary Magdalene is here to guide you through this process. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength because you are trusting the power of your soul, and that part of you can never be broken. You are a wonderful teacher and leader, and the world needs you. And I love that. You're a wonderful teacher and leader because the number one is the leader, and it's asking you to step into your leadership role. Have faith in your abilities. Have faith that this will bring you abundance. You are being backed by heaven, so step forward and share all that you've learned. So a great teacher. She is, according to this book, she has clairvoyant abilities. That was another repeating word in my story today was clairvoyant. So you might have the ability to see things before they happen. Like you think of somebody and they call, things like that. I post a lot of clairvoyant stuff in my stories. So you probably have that same ability. She is the twin flame of Jesus. And she spends her time supporting others and bringing radical changes to the earth. She's a rebel at heart. She helps light workers who feel restricted by the opinions of others to step up and speak their truth. So let go of the opinions of others. What other people think of you is none of your business. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Number 1. Okay. We're moving on to number 2. So if you are a life path 2 or 11, or if any of your numbers in your chart are a 2 or an 11, this is for you. I'm trying to find the balance here so they don't fall, but still see both numbers. Okay. Whew. Here we go. 11 and 2. So the basis of your reading today, which is interesting because we have justice twice, which is the 11 card. So we're going to talk about 11. 11 is the visionary in numerology. It is very intuitive. Both the 2 and the 11 are very intuitive numbers. 2 is the mediator, the peacemaker. They're always making sure people are getting along. They just want a peaceful and harmonious environment. They're very empathetic. So you are intuitive in empathy. Whereas we're talking about number 1 was clairvoyant, right? All knowing. This is feeling. So they have very strong empathetic feelings, and they can really pick up on people's emotions. Also very intuitive. 11 in itself is a magic manifester. They know things, but they don't know how they know things, and they're able to manifest things very quickly. So be mindful of what you are manifesting. Both of the 11 and 2 are about patience. So it's about being patient with others. Yeah. And 11 can also, since it's got the 1 energy in it, it can be a little controlling. Because it knows how things should be done. So it kind of, when somebody doesn't want to do it their way, it kind of feels like, well, but I know how it should be done. So they kind of get frustrated when somebody fights them because they already know how things should be done. But you got to let people do things their way, whether they fail or they don't. That's on them. So yeah, very, very great number, harmonious number. It represents peace, love, and harmony. Okay, so I love that it came through with the 11, the justice card. So justice, karma, karmic justice concept. So I'm seeing somebody when I see this card, I think of karmic completion. So somebody has a karmic completion, right? In reverse, it's injustice, karmic retribution, dishonesty, corruption, lack of accountability, dishonesty, unfairness, karmic avoidance. So when we flip it, we're overcoming that. We're realizing that a lot of things happened in our lives because of karmic things. And people think karmic, and they don't understand, like, why is this happening to me? And because they're thinking, like, I was a good person in the past. But when we think of past, we don't think of the future. And it could be that is happening to you because you have to do that to somebody in the future. If that makes any sense to somebody out there. It makes perfect sense to me because we're seeing things as time is not linear. Okay, so the justice has the sword. It says, I get what I give. So Always be mindful of how you treat others, you know? Which is interesting because we had, and I wasn't even going to jump to this one, but we have Joan of Arc, which is also justice, the voice of truth, also carrying a sword. So I'm seeing swords here. Standing strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Which is interesting because pile number 1 also had this fear of what other people are going to think about them. So their throat chakra was kind of closed because they were afraid of how people will perceive their new path or their new journey. So, and I'm also seeing this armor that Joan of Arc is wearing. It's like wearing armor so you don't get hurt. But she was an advocate. Joan of Arc was an advocate for others and justice for others. I love it. Renewal. So we have root chakra here, working on our root chakra, letting go of fears that we have about speaking our truth, right? Letting go of any fears that we have. The sun is shining, representing downloads. The song that came through for you guys was Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't see much more from the heart. Forever trust in who we are and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours. We live it our way. So opening yourself up in a new way. See all these new beginnings. The lilies, the stargazers here represent new beginnings. So, and this represents new beginnings as well. So I'm seeing a new beginning for you guys, you know, definitely seeing a new beginning. Let's see what the keyword is for renewal. So fortune is upon you. So regeneration. Am I positive in the face of change or defeated? Right? In the face of change, do you dwell in negative or do you jump into positive? Like, you know, positivity is key. Geranium leaves. Okay, so this actual card itself, it says somebody threw her away, and because she was a geranium, and they threw her away, and somebody else found her and repotted her in a new plant, and she bloomed once again. So another man's trash, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So all it took was changing the environment for geranium to bloom. So sometimes your environment is what's making you sick. It's what's making you depressed or making you ill or making you angry or making you whatever, right? It's your environment and who you surround yourself with. And it's about releasing, right? We got the swords here. Cut these things out. Cut these people out. Cut these things that are no longer serving you. Whoa, look at, and that fell as I was saying that. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's falling. Yikes. Let's fix this. That was eerie. Actually, let's do it this way. No, let's do it this way. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Can you guys even see those cards? Yeah, you can. So, regeneration, sourcing from a more beneficial place, feeling in the dark. So, and I keep getting this image of darkness, the void. And what is the void? And what's interesting is you guys have the void. So everybody thinks the dark is scary and it's dark and it's evil. But the dark is required for regeneration. You plant a seed in the soil. It's dark, it grows. A baby is in a womb. It's dark, it grows. Sometimes the darkness is required in order to rebirth. So I'm seeing a rebirth for somebody. And I'm seeing you being planted in a new location that is more beneficial to your growth. Okay, next card. Of course, we got the nothingness, the void, the hermit. So we were just talking about that darkness is required. Like the dark night of the soul I'm seeing is definitely required in order for you to cut out what no longer serves you, because it allows you to see what's no longer working, even though it's in the dark, because you're not seeing in the dark, but you're seeing with your intuition. And your intuition is used in the dark. That's why when we close our eyes and meditate, right? There's something that comes from the void. I'm also seeing the void as like inspiration, inspiring ideas coming through. I love that her arms are wide open, being open to receive. She's being open to receive. So, and the card that popped through is look at these both cards. They look very similar. I'm trying to get it to like, oh, there we go. Look at those cards. They look very similar and very, the gold in the background and the arms out with arms wide open under the sunlight. Nothing else matters. Thank the heavenly host and God for all you have. Psalm 104:5. So whenever I see like the atoms here, right? Love is the fundamental building block of life. Without it, we do not exist. But I'm seeing the caduceus, so somebody in the medical field. I'm seeing this sun, so solar plexus energy, so willpower to move forward, willpower to speak your truth, willpower to let go of what no longer serves you, having the confidence to believe in yourself, believe that you deserve all these great things. Okay? Don't forget that. Okay. So that is all for pile number 11-2. Moving on to life path, destiny, soul urge, birthday number 3. So if your cards are 3, moving on. Okay, let's talk about the number 3. 3 life path, 3 birthday number, 3 soul urge, etc. It's all about communication and creativity. So if you and it's also the 3rd chakra, which, you know, look at how the cards progress from red to sacral chakra to solar plexus here. So the solar plexus is responsible for our willpower to move forward, our confidence. The life path 3 is the communicator. They are the talkers. They are the creators. Self-expression is their gift. It is their path. So if your life path is 3 and you're not doing something creative or something that allows you to use your voice or your self-expression, then you're not on the path that you're meant to be on, and you will feel unfulfilled until you hop on that path. So it's also a very joyous number. It is it's, to me, it's magic. 3 and 5 are the magic numbers in numerology, and it represents the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and spirit, balancing all 3, balancing the left and right brain in order for the pineal gland to light up, right? Three things need to happen here. So 3 is a magic number. People die in 3s, I'm hearing. Woo! I just realized I talk really fast when I read. Okay. And the song that came through for 3 is Latch by Sam Smith, and that was playing at 11:44. And it's off the album Disclosure. So I'm seeing a secret being revealed to you. Somebody telling you a secret. Maybe it's like a secret admirer or somebody sharing something with you because they trust you. I'm not seeing anything malicious, like malicious gossip or anything. I'm seeing something positive that is shared with you in confidence. Okay. Very first card, we got the Ace of Pentacles. So new money coming in. If you've been worried about money, I see prosperity coming in, a financial new beginning, new financial opportunities, new job, new money, right? This card represents prosperity, stability, abundance, manifestation. If you look at it, you can see the hand is offering, the universe is offering a big coin to you out of nowhere, like out of the blue. So money coming out of the blue, an opportunity coming out of the blue that you were not expecting. I'm seeing the crown chakra here, realizing that I am you and you are me. We are all one, and seeing past delusions and illusions and seeing the truth of all things. I know. So I'm seeing somebody who's very claircognizant. They have very powerful intuition. Okay, so the way that the cards pulled out, so we have a new beginning being presented to you, something in the material world. So it doesn't, you know, it could be money, but it could also be love. Right? Because a relationship is also in the material world. And the fact that we have the insecurity card coming through is telling me that maybe you're a little closed off to love. Maybe you don't feel like you are deserving of love. Or maybe you feel like, you know, when I get this job, then I'll start looking for love. Or when I lose that little bit of, you know, that extra 5 pounds, I'll get a job. Or you know, when I get that facelift or something, right? When I get that car, when I get that house, feeling like you're not good enough for a relationship. And I feel like the little devil there is kind of just telling you, like, that's just the little devil on your shoulder that's speaking. You have to like ignore him. And why does it look like a vagina coming through? Maybe you haven't had sex in a while or something. I don't know. but maybe insecure about that. But look at the possibilities are endless. So whenever this card comes up, the eagle telling you to see things from a higher perspective, right? There are possibilities out there for you. Let go of these insecurities, right? You are beautiful. You are one of a kind. You are intuitive. You are abundant, right? I really love this. And number 2, representing love, partnerships. So I'm definitely seeing a partnership for somebody. And the fact that Lady Venus popped up as well, she is the planet of love. So downloads and understanding, truth being revealed. So at the very beginning, we got the song by Sam Smith. Now I've got you in my space. I won't let go of you. Got you shackled in my embrace. If you've never heard that song, there's a lyric, it's about somebody latching onto you. Like, I see your worth. I see your value. Like, there's none of your insecurities are going to push me away because I see you as this beautiful goddess, Lady Venus here. Right? So somebody is going to reveal, maybe they're insecure to reveal their heart to you because of whatever insecurities they might have. So maybe these insecurities aren't even yours, or maybe it's both of you have insecurities. And so 2 people with insecurities are shy and won't tell each other how they feel because they're afraid of rejection. But there's a lot of possibilities with this. And so the downloads and understanding, this is crown chakra energy to me. This is like downloads, like how I was saying, you're very intuitive. Downloads come to you very quickly, very fast. There's a big portal behind her head, above her head, and it's blue, almost turquoise. Kind of looks like my hair color. And it's this beautiful representing the higher heart chakra, right? Higher heart self-expression. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral. So I see somebody having a lot of deep dreams coming through, a lot of dreaming happening. And I feel like you're healing these insecurities. And there are possibilities. There are infinite possibilities. I keep seeing pi. You're healing these insecurities. And they're from the childhood. Maybe in your childhood, you were never told you were good enough. And so now you are realizing that you are good enough. I love how these beautiful purple flowers again. So there's a lot of lilac energy. If you look at a lot of the cards have these beautiful like purple and pink colors, purple, pink, and like turquoisey colors. And we had the very beginning crown. So I'm seeing a lot of crown chakra activity for this pile. And so I'm seeing like, just let go of those insecurities. I actually want to read those 2 for you guys. Got you shackled in my embrace. What was I going to read first? I want to read insecurity first, just because I want to see what the key word is for you guys and how to like overcome it. So freedom, bravery. So don't be insecure. Share your feelings and emotions with somebody. Or maybe somebody is going to share their emotions and feelings with you. They're going to have the courage. Do not listen to your fears, right? Be courageous. You are undervaluing yourself. Miraculous changes lie ahead. Life always takes a turn for the better when we face our demons. Stay on course. Trust that an ally will appear. The gift of adversity is never given without the ability to overcome it. So, and he's the demon Red Rainbow who tries to stop you from living your dreams. So let him go. Let go of those fears. And then we had, I just had the little booklet. If you watch my readings, you know I'm always losing these darn booklets. Lady Venus. So, Lady Venus is the twin flame of Sanat Kumara. So, of course, she resides in Venus. She's Venusian. The extended message, if you've been hearing high-pitched noises, and this is not tinnitus. Everybody's like, it's just tinnitus. There's a difference between tinnitus and there's a difference between downloads. And so when you're getting these high-pitched frequencies, you are receiving these downloads. And so whenever I receive them, I wrote a post about it on Instagram. And the left brain means something and the right brain means something. The left brain is something physical in this physical realm. The right brain means a spiritual message coming through. So you stop what you're doing when that happens and kind of see what the message is around you. What are you receiving? What is the feeling that's coming through? High-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, and having the sense that beings are visiting you in your sleep are all signs that you are receiving downloads from heaven. Whenever this is happening, spend some time in contemplation so that you can ask the universe what you really need to know. This card also represents downloads of information being received by your mind. Know that the universe sees you as capable of holding soul-centered information that will help you and others reach a new level of understanding. Wow. That's an absolute beautiful message. So there's somebody who is coming in. They're disclosing their feelings to you, and be open to receive that, but also not only be open to receive them and what's coming through, but also be open to receiving these downloads of information that are coming through. Your crown chakra is on fire right now. I keep seeing crown, 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 because look at all this lavender and lilac. Like almost every card except for the red. And that's, it's so interesting. We have all these high crown chakra, but then we have a root chakra card. And so the root chakra card is about grounding. So if you're having a lot of crown chakra activity, you might get a lot of headaches and things like that, delusions. I always recommend going out and jumping in the dirt, jumping up and down. You can do it 3 times. It doesn't have to be to do like a whole jumping jack set. Just get out there and ground that energy into nature and allow Mother Nature to take that excess energy and give you some grounding energy. That way, these downloads and information come through much more clearly without your judgment and without your fear. Right? And let go. Open your heart. See how he's closing his heart? He's not open to receive. The last cards that I just read, they were all arms open for pile number 2. And here he's like, pile arms closed. So it's okay to love, right? Don't listen to this little devil over here telling you that you're not worthy of this great love, because you absolutely are. And don't be afraid of getting hurt, because sometimes the fear is, will they hurt me? Will they cheat on me? Will they lie to me? And even if they did, it's an experience. So don't be afraid of it. Don't put your focus on that, because we manifest our reality, especially when our crown chakra is lit like this. Be mindful of what you're manifesting and what you're creating. Okay. All right. I think that, yeah. Latch. I keep hearing that song Latch by Sam Smith. And it's 11:44 when it played. So I wanted to notice that that's a manifestation. You're manifesting this great love. You're manifesting this great energy, but you're insecure about receiving it. Like you're feeling almost not worthy of it. Like, is this real? Do I trust it? And 44 is the master builder teacher, right? Building a solid foundation. So this is something that you can really build a solid foundation upon, right? This is something that, we're healing childhood wounds here. And we're building a solid foundation upon with this new pentacle that's coming in. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. And it's building on something solid and firm. Let go of these insecurities. Okay. I think that's it for this one. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Eagle eye perspective. I'm seeing the letter P. I'm seeing, is this Gemini? I'm seeing a Gemini. I keep seeing Gemini in the readings. So Gemini and Jeremiah 3017. So I am seeing a lot of yellow here. So solar plexus activity. So definitely seeing enlightenment, like the Buddha. Like you've overcome all this stuff. I feel like you even overcome this devil. Like it's almost like he's being pushed back. Like you can't touch me. I'm done with this. All right, moving on. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Moving on to number 4, 22-4. I got that song from the last reading in my head. So pile number 2, pile number 4, let's talk about your numerology. So we have number 4, the master teacher. The teacher, learning, very practical, very stable, very loyal, very logical sometimes, a little too logical. So we have to make sure that we remind ourselves that our right brain exists. They're very organized, very stable, very organized. If you're not organized, that means that you're on the negative side of the 4. So it's time to start working on that. 22 is the master builder. So 22 is an empath. Both of these are kind of very empathetic in their own way, but 22 is very empathetic, they cry, if you see somebody crying, they cry. If you see an animal on the street, they cry. But it's a very powerful number. They're the master teacher. And so they're here to teach what they know. Very intuitive. Whereas, Pile 1 and 3 were more, I know, in the sense of they are claircognizant. This is more like empathetic, so clairsentient, I'm hearing. 22 is also all about peace, love, and harmony. So patience. Patience is required when we have these numbers. This is a very mental number, so be mindful to not be stuck in your head a lot. Okay, and the song that came through for you guys, number 4, is Head Over Heels by Hoobastank. Head Over Heels. It's actually from Tears for Fears, but it's the Hoobastank remake. And that song talks about the past. Like, I can't live a life like how our parents did. Like, I wish I could buy a house on a $30,000 a year salary. It's also off the album Push Pull. So I'm seeing somebody pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, like almost like twin flame energy. But realizing that we don't live in the past, Frankie. We don't live in the past. So being sure to stay present in the present moment and not keep referring everything to the past. Okay, let's start. What are your cards for today? Tears for Fears. So the very first card we have, I love it because look at, we have 2, 22. Whoa, what was that? Franklin, what, honey? Oh my goodness, Frankie. Sorry, guys. I didn't want this to happen while I was doing this reading, Mama. Okay. She's just going to do her own thing. Okay, here we go. So pile number 4. This is your reading. We have the basis of the reading here. We have the High Priestess. So your intuition is on point right now. Your intuition is like, whoa, you're seeing synchronicities and signs. You're having a deeper understanding of how intuition works. You might not understand it completely, but you're like getting an inkling of it, that this is real. People do have these abilities, and you have these abilities. You just have to trust what you see. But I feel like a lot of you guys, they're always in their head. They're always in their head, so they always feel like they're not trusting. So they overanalyze everything. So in my inner knowledge, it says, my inner knowledge is my best guide in all. So mystery, intuition, inner knowing, self-trust, spiritual insights, emotional stability, divination. So maybe you've been wanting to get into divination, or you've been getting readings or wanting to get into doing readings. It's all about connecting with your spirit guides and discovering your truth. So when it's in reverse, misuse of intuition, acting on bias or prejudice, manipulation, lack of emotional control. But it popped up upright. So we're not in that energy. We're on a very high vibrational energy. We have the throat chakra on fire, representing our ability to self-expression, right? When I see self-expression, how we communicate, whether that's creatively or with our voice or however. She's sitting on this beautiful throne with the moon at her feet, representing hidden wisdom and hidden knowledge that only comes through at night. And we have B and J on the side, the pomegranate. Whoa. And so we have a ambulance coming through. And when I hear the ambulance, I think of Archangel Michael. So you might have a energy with Archangel Michael. I actually want to see what, 1 second. I want to see, there's something that's associated with the, here it is. So justice, which is interesting because we have justice over on pile 2 as well, which is interesting because this is 22 and pile 2 also had justice. But water element, it represents the third eye. Is it the third eye? The third eye and the throat chakra. So secrets being revealed, right? Secrets being revealed. Okay. I feel like you've been impatient. And I love that. Look at the blue. All the blue. There's a lot of blue in yours. Look at that. You've been impatient. Like you were trying, like, I want to reach the moon already. And it's like, I'm going to put this ladder here to reach it, whether you like it or not. And instead of trusting your intuition and trusting and having faith that everything's going to turn out right, you're like, but I want it now. Whatever now is for you. But I love this because this is I'm like it's the Magician. I was like, oh my god, what is this? It's the Magician. It's number 1. So existence, when I see this card, it also reminds me of the star, right? Because the star is coming through. she's naked and blossoming. So I see you're blooming, and your intuition is really blooming. I feel your manifestation abilities, you're starting to understand them now, but you're a little bit impatient with them. Like you want it now, like, right? But it's time to start having faith. I really love this card. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Like, sorry, my nails are not done. It's not in a budget right now. But I just really love that. Whatever she's holding, like a little oil decanter. It's real beautiful. But we have a lot of blue. So that tells me that your throat chakra. All right, what are you afraid to communicate? What are you afraid to express yourself? Where are you not being truthful or authentic? Right? Secrets. What secrets are you keeping? What secrets are you keeping? Let's read. I want to read a little bit of, wait, let me just tell you about the Magician real quick. So Mercury, which also came through, which one did Mercury come through? Mercury came through in pile 9. But Mercury is in this one as well. So communication, your ability to communicate. So something about your writing, your creativity, something that you're communicating to somebody is like, it's on point right now because we have this blue energy. And the Magician is creativity, manifesting things into reality. And I feel like you're this like lotus flower. You were in the dark for a really long time, and you didn't know if there was going to be any light. You didn't know if you were going to get anything. And it's like your patience was tested, and you had to have faith. And now it's coming, because when I see this beautiful representation here, I feel like there was a lot of tears involved as well. Like, oh my God, what is happening? You were almost having an existential crisis. But there was somebody there that was your rock, or you were their rock. And God is a mighty rock, stable and strong. And I feel like there's stability coming for you. And I love that the rock came through. It was interesting that a lot of the readings had a poignant message that goes with the number. Like one had a leadership card. You have stability. Here's the rock. But I'm also seeing the rock, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. But, you know, can you smell what the rock is cooking? Which is interesting because can you smell? And then the band was Hoobastank, and you think like, oh, something stinky. So I'm smelling something, whether it's like, I don't know what the smell is, but it's like something smelling. But when our third eye opens, it could be a litter box. I don't know. I'm smelling something. But when our third eye opens, it opens all our senses. And so sometimes we smell things like cigar smell when there's nobody smoking. And that's because we're picking up on the energy and the frequency of another time or another place or a person that's no longer here. But definitely seeing, and I see this beautiful golden door right here, opportunity opening up for you. Have faith that this beautiful doorway is being opened for you. So stay calm and breathe. I needed that. You're a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through a personal transformation and feel that you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships that know that good is here to stay. And it says that she is the twin flame of Archangel Michael. And at the very beginning of this reading, I'm not lying, she is the twin flame of Archangel Michael. And at the very beginning, we had the ambulance come through, Archangel Michael. So definitely seeing yin yang energy, beautiful energy coming through. They're on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good, aligned with love. So sometimes we don't have trust in others, but you have to start trusting others. Beautiful. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about these readings. They've been really poignant lately, but so I'm just excited, you know, and I realized that I didn't do a numerology. I'll do it next time. I wanted to do a numerology card for each one of these, and I totally spaced, but that's okay. Some of the cards do have numbers on them, but some don't. So I guess that's it. But I just want to say, have faith. You know, something stable is finally coming, and it's based on your creative projects and ideas, right? Okay. And you are like this beautiful lotus blossoming, like this wish that you made, the wish that you wished upon is about to come true. Okay. Thank you, guys. Moving on to number 5. La, 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 la. All right, guys. Number 5. Here we go. We are going to start. So let's talk about number 5. 5 is all about, they are the freedom seeker. They are the adventure seeker. They're always about having a new adventure, trying something new. They like freedom to travel. They like to travel. They like all the sensual pleasures of earth, like, food, drinking, sugar, anything sensual that can ignite the senses, right? Music, visualization, art, just anything that ignites the senses. There is only, and they're very joyful. People love to be around 5s. 5s are they are the joyous number in numerology. People just love to be around them. They're very fun. If you have 5s in your chart, you just have a very fun personality that people enjoy. And if you don't have people around you, then you're working on the negative aspect of the 5, where you're maybe a little too much for people sometimes. But it's okay. You're never too much for the right people. And 5s also have a tendency to have addictive tendencies. So be very mindful. They can overindulge in the sensual aspects of life. So this can be, food, alcohol, drugs, sex, anything. So moderation is key if you have 5s in your chart too. So be very mindful. But they are ever changing, ever evolving. So it's a very powerful number for change, because they are always changing. So you always see them trying something new, doing something different, always evolving. So it's great evolution. It reminds me of the phoenix rising from the ashes. They're always, moving past something else and trying something new. Okay, the song that came through for 5, Everywhere by Michelle Branch. Everywhere by Michelle Branch. And so when I think of that, it's like, you're everywhere to me, and when I think about you, you're all I see. You're everywhere I look. So there's something that you're thinking about constantly. Something's constantly on your mind. Okay. There couldn't be a better pairing in these readings. I think this was the pairing that I was blown away by the most, because I was like, oh my God, because this is addiction. 5 can struggle with addictions. And here we are, the devil representing being chained to addictions. So and addictions could be people too, addicted to bad relationships, addicted to, things that no longer serve you. So depression, mental health issues, struggling with your ego, secrets, obsessions. Number 4 had secrets as well. Cheating. So maybe either you were cheating or somebody else was cheating. Dependency on others, dependency on a chemical, materialism, too much materialism, over-sexualization, feeling like powerless. It could also be the opposite, when you're constantly the victim. This card can also be that, like you constantly always feel like the victim of something. I know a lot of people like that. Like they always post about just being the victim of everything. Everything's the victim mode. And, yes, you may be a victim to something, but you don't have to let it be who you are, and you can empower yourself and move past it. There's a lot of healthy ways to do it. So getting ourselves out of that, because that can be an addiction too, right? Constantly feeling manipulated or victimized can also, that feeling of the martyr complex. I'm not saying that you guys have it, but I'm just explaining it in general, that some people can do that. So when we reverse it, we are releasing ourselves from bondage. We're removing the chain. So somebody's working on sobriety. I'm seeing somebody working on sobriety, trying to drink less or trying to eat less crap, or it's like somebody's trying to change something very important. Their excessive ambition when it's in reverse. So maybe somebody's over workaholic. So I'm seeing a workaholic here. And feeling at the end of your rope. Very powerful. It's a root chakra. So letting go of any fears that you may have. And so if you've been wanting this change, right, to release yourself from this devil, it was interesting because I think number 3 had a devil too. You've been wanting to release yourself from this devil, and there's a miracle coming. I feel like you're releasing from ancestral patterns. I really love this. Look at this beautiful card. Don't mind my nails. If you'd like to donate to the Marcy's Nail Fund, feel free in the description box. Look at that. a miracle is coming. Like, you're freeing yourself from this bondage. Look at how she's free. She's dancing. She's no longer attached. Look at the tree has been cut down, and now the spirit of it is free. She's no longer attached to this bondage. She is free now. Free 99. She's free 99. She has released her karma. Wow. That's what I'm saying. When I said this was one of the most synchronistic readings out of all of them, I was blown away. Saint Germain, releasing karma. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. So if you've been constantly in drama and dramatic situations, is it you or is it others? You know, you can look in the mirror and see, maybe, am I the drama? What's that meme that comes or goes around? Am I the drama? And then the laziness card, and this is the end of laziness, is what I'm seeing. And I feel like when we're in addictive tendencies, we kind of stay in that like hermit mode. But this actually doesn't mean what it means. I'm cutting out the laziness. This means the end of something, the end of laziness, right? The end of that. I actually want to oops. So it's technically supposed to be the hermit. So technically, it's a good card. It's meant to take a rest. It's time to like, almost like a retreat. I keep seeing a retreat, like going to a retreat, whether this is like a spiritual retreat or yoga retreat or on a vacation or somewhere where there's like a retreat where you can really take some time to just rest and heal and break ancestral patterns. You see all this broken stuff. Like he finally gets to rest. Like he's overworked himself for a long time. Finally gets to rest. And then I am faith. Know that God can be trusted to fulfill all promises. So have faith that this miracle is coming, right? That you'll be able to be out there drinking your margarita somewhere or not, or virgin margarita in this case. I want to, what song was it again? Everywhere. So, you know, when you're like trying to detox yourself from something or somebody or whatever, but then you see them everywhere, like everywhere. Hold on. I just had to do that while I'm talking because she looks so cute up there. You know how like people are, you see like even when somebody dies, you see them everywhere. So I feel like somebody is experiencing that where they're seeing somebody everywhere. Or maybe they went through a breakup and now they're seeing that person everywhere they go. Because you're everywhere to me. And so I want to read the miracle. So let's get the miracle and then we're going to read Saint Germain because I feel like those are the important cards here. So miracle is the solar plexus, having the willpower to stop something that's no longer serving you, having the willpower to change. A miracle is coming, cutting out ancestral. And it's interesting because the 5, wow, I just realized this. The 5, I had it right in front of the petrified wood. And look at the card. It's a tree stump, petrified wood. What a synchronicity is that? That is very powerful. That's a very powerful message for somebody. Releasing ancestral karma. Somebody's releasing ancestral karma. So the miracle card, integrity is what turns on the light. You cannot shut out pain without shutting out pleasure. Kindness exists to lend magic to integrity. The key ideas are being a light, lighting the way for others, and miracles on the way. The key word is integrity, gifts, and rewards. So I'm seeing a gift, a reward coming to you. So, and the card itself talks about cheating. And it talks about coming into this world to shine a light on all that is good in the world. And when we do that, and it says the residents of Darkville are touched and become more selfless. So in a dark world, be the light. I feel like there's a really strong shift. And there has to be a balance on Earth, right? With light and dark, yin and yang. And when things are off balance, a lot of crazy things happen on Earth. So I feel like maybe you're seeing a lot of synchronicities and signs everywhere about things that are coming. And I would say document them and have faith because miracles are on the way. Karmic lessons are being reset. So let me just read Saint Germain. Oh, I keep losing this book. But look at this violet color representing the crown chakra. Knowing, understanding, right? Trusting the signs and synchronicities. I'm seeing an over amount of synchronicities coming in for somebody. So, Saint Germain, he was the love child of two very powerful people. He was deeply interested in magic and alchemy. So I'm seeing magic, alchemy, and he was able to perform real life miracles. Look at real life miracles, guys. He was able to perform real life miracles. Here, let's put that back down. Karma is a spiritual law of cause and effect. We experience many levels of karma. Some we inherit from our family, and some from people we keep helping out of the problems they keep creating. Saint Germain is here now to clear your energy so that you no longer have the weight of the world or your loved one's world on your shoulders. Be aware that an old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Visualize yourself surrounded by a fiery violet cloak to release all the karma you no longer need. My left ear is ringing. So that's telling me that there's somebody on earth in your family or your friend circle who always has the same drama, and they're draining you. And even though you give them advice, they can't take it. Like they just want to just continue to keep the same problems over and over. And sometimes it's not us wanting, like, we don't have to change there. Maybe they just want to vent. So be mindful of when we're trying to help somebody and we feel like, I already told you this last week. Maybe they don't want to, for you to tell them anything. Maybe they just want to be able to vent, and you are a safe space for them to vent. Because sometimes when we vent, it's very healing. So, but you always have to make sure you tell them, I'm not ready for a venting session right now. Or, yeah, I'm open for a venting session right now. Always give the okay. Okay? And so moving on, I hope that made sense to somebody. A lot of karmic clearing happening. Have faith that great things are coming, that change is coming, and that this devil that you've been attached to for so long is finally going to be released, and a miracle is coming for you. Okay? All right, moving on. Pile number 6 at 5656. So if you are a 33 or a 6 in numerology, this reading is for you. A very powerful reading. The master number of enlightenment. 33 is one of the most powerful numbers in numerology, along with 9 and along with 7. And 6 is the nurturer. And you will not even believe the synchronicities with this one. 5 was very powerful in synchronicities, but this one blew my mind. 33, you are the master communicator. Like, you're here to communicate your creative self-expression, however way you communicate, whether you're a talker, whether you're a writer, whether you're an artist, whether you're a dancer, whatever, however you communicate your ideas to the world, that's what you're here to do. Very magical number. And I always tell master numbers, you're not a master over others. It's a number that needs to be mastered. So even though you're a 33, which is supposed to be this very powerful number, sometimes you are just a 6 because you're not embodying the magic of 33. So 6 is the nurturer. They're here to nurture others, nurture themselves. It's all about balance. It's also about love. But it's also a very bossy number. It's very creative as well. It's got to be very mindful of being bossy because it knows intuitively what other people need or want, and it tries to give it to them. But when they don't want it, it makes them upset. Like, they can be a little overbearing in the way they love or the way they communicate or whatever. So be mindful that other people are on their own journey and need to experience their own things. But, there's never anything wrong with loving too much. Love in abundance. Just be mindful that you're giving it to the people that are reciprocating it and not just giving it to a broken chalice that cannot be filled, because that can be exhausting. But very powerful number. 6 is the number of Earth, right? 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, that's 666. And 6 is all about earthly matters, right? So when we see 666 a lot, it's telling us to let go of earthly concerns. But definitely a love number. Yeah, and 33 is the master number of enlightenment, right? Buddha, Jesus number represents enlightened ideas, so spiritual enlightenment, reaching that nirvana where, karmic completions. but it's also about nurturing. So you're a really good nurturer. I always say they're the host with the most. If somebody comes to your house, you're always like, do you need something to drink? Can I get you something to eat? Blah, blah. You always want to make sure everybody's taken care of. But in the process of taking care of others, you forget to take care of yourself. So always be mindful of making sure that you're balanced. And as much as you're taking care of others, to take care of yourself. A lot of nurses are 6s, I find. Okay. The song for number 6 was Basement by Gemini Syndrome. And when we think of basement, we think of the subconscious, right? And we think of Gemini Syndrome. We think of Geminis, two-faced. They can be two-faced. That's just the negative. Okay, there's a lot of great positive things about Geminis. They can use both sides of their brain when they need to, and it's very powerful. I'm not sure why I'm talking about Geminis here, but because that's the band, Basement. So I'm seeing subconscious. I'm seeing dreams. So a lot of you are having weird dreams lately. A lot of you guys are working on your subconscious. I keep seeing the Ho'oponopono prayer for somebody out there. The I love you, thank you, forgive me, I'm sorry in a mirror, because you're reaching your subconscious with that. And I saw the movie Inception again last night, and it kind of reminded me of the Ho'oponopono prayer, just how deep our subconscious and the ideas that we can implant in our subconscious in order to create change. So that's why hypnosis is very powerful. So I'm seeing hypnosis. If somebody's been thinking about hypnosis. Okay, so what is your main card for the day? I love it. The Queen of Cups. That is absolutely you. You know, the Queen of Cups is very nurturing. She's very emotionally, but she's very strong. So a choice based on sincere feelings, imagination, dreams, empathy, occult interest. So, of course, this kind of reminds me of the Empress. Deep feeling. Your mother or a substitute may play a significant role in the near future of events. Upside down, it's fickleness, vanity, gullibility, those who sacrifice themselves unnecessarily for others. And it came up upright, but I still wanted to point that out, that sometimes we sacrifice ourselves unnecessarily for others that don't deserve it. And not because it doesn't matter if they deserve it. We're doing it from our heart, but sometimes we're like I said earlier, we're putting energy into an empty chalice. Okay, there's the guilt, which is also about nurturing. Look at the card is nurturing, and 6 is the nurturer. And here's the guilt, right? Here she is nurturing, you know, this drunk partner, like, and she feels like shackled to that partner, like a slave. And then we have conditioning. Once again, shackled. I feel like somebody's shackled to something, whether it's a person or a way of being or way of doing, shackled to an idea, shackled to a divine masculine energy, because her Nunos is the divine masculine, an Aries. I'm seeing an Aries. I am vision. There's the dragonfly. I love this. God gave you a vision that's unique to your divine journey. This is because it's a very powerful. Let's go back down so you guys can see the cards. 1 second. Let's move this back. There we go. There we go. Put that there. Perfect. Okay, so I just want to discuss the Queen of Cups, because I feel that's the energy you're in right now. You're in this you're very nurturing. You take care of others, you know, and sometimes people don't give you the same. So, like, you know, let's take like somebody's sick, and you know they're always really nice and take care of others. Like, I get you a bowl of soup, I get you this, but nobody does that for you, and I'm feeling that resentment of it. So love and happiness are foremost. Falling in love, loving behavior, emotional honesty. So it's a very emotionally mature card. And it talks about paying attention to your dreams. We were just talking about dreams. There it is again. And where is the XV? Okay. So if you watched number 5, Number 5 got the devil as well. And this is also the devil. But look at, he's shackled. Shackled to an invisible force. Because he's not really shackled. Oh, look, it looks like he's shackled by the idea of a lamb. The idea of something that's good for him. But if you think about like conditioning, we're conditioned to believe that we're not lovable, or we're not good enough, or we're not this. You know, when I went to Thailand, they conditioned the elephants to not move, to be tied to a stake that they can easily lift their foot up and walk away from. And they did that out of fear. So what they would do is they would take their babies away. And in order to get that baby back, you had to stay shackled to that. If you tried to escape, the baby would not be returned. So they did a lot of things in order to like guilt them into being shackled. So either, I don't know if you're guilting somebody into staying, or you're being guilted into staying in a situation that's no longer serving you. And maybe you have a lot of guilt from past addictions or past ideas. And it talks about, you know, at home, living with domineering people that are difficult to live with, psychic vampires, right? You know, draining of your energy, where, you know, draining of your life force. And environment is key. That came through in a few of the other readings. Environment is key. Where are you living? Is it healthy? Are you always worried? Are you always angry? Are you always depressed? You know, always look at your environment first to see, before you diagnose, what's that saying? Before you diagnose yourself with depression, make sure you're not surrounded by a bunch of assholes. So, yeah. And we got the dragonfly over there. Dragonflies represent rebirth, spiritual rebirth. So where do you need to make a change? Where do you need to move from? So, dragonfly, be on the lookout for any falsehoods, deceit, or illusions that are clouding your current situation or relationship. You're being entirely too rational about everything and really need to tap into your deepest emotions, whatever they may be. Your passion is awakening, so direct it to what feels true and right for you. This is also a time when the magic and mystery of your life is reawakening. It's vital to recharge your psychic energy, which you can do by regularly meditating. More than simply a change, you're going through a major transformation, so enjoy the process. Additionally, you should be working with fairies and other elementals. Really great reading, and that represents people that have passed on. Cernunnos. So let me just give you a little bit of Cernunnos and what Cernunnos has to say about things. So let's put him right here. So Cernunnos, or Cernunnos, I guess I spelled it wrong. I pronounced it wrong. There's a deep buildup of life force within you now, and a need to channel it into action. You may have extra energy or be more alert than usual, or be aware of a sense of increased sensual or sexual energy. If you have been unsure of how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access the riches of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become tamed or muted. So if you're denying yourself a desire, ask yourself how you can fulfill it. Ask Cernunnos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child, this card appears. Fertility is very possible. Cernunnos, Brigid is the Cernunnos' twin flame. He's the Celtic stag god who represents a connection to earth. So definitely seeing a strong connection to earth, earthly desires, the pleasures of earth. So let go of any guilt. I'm seeing sobriety. You know, when somebody gets sober, they have a lot of guilt from a lot of emotional baggage and a lot of emotional guilt from the things that they did. I'm also seeing the guilt of leaving somebody behind for somebody. I'm seeing like an earth angel. Like I feel like you're an earth angel and you don't even realize it. You give too much from people and you shackle yourself to them. You're this powerful lion. Why are you shackling yourself? You need to be free. Right? The stag is very intuitive. He's got the horns represent magic and intuition. So you have this valuable, I'm seeing an Aries with that. So, and you have the vision, you have psychic insight. The Queen of Cups is very psychic. So you know what needs to be done. So I'm seeing working on your sacral chakra, releasing any guilt and shame that you have about moving forward, about yourself, and just forgive. What was the song that came through for 6? Basement? Yeah, a lot of subconscious guilt, subconscious fears. You know, like Inception, right? The movie Inception. If you haven't seen Inception, I highly recommend it. It'll help you understand your subconscious just a little more than, and how those subconscious thoughts play out in our everyday reality. I'm definitely getting like hypnosis or something that has to do like dreams, decoding your dreams. Okay. Actually, I want to see just a little message from Gemini, because it just keeps popping up with your reading. I keep hearing it like Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Here it is, Gemini. Don't be gossipy. Represents the twins. It's great with storytelling. Rainbow is the color, so a wish fulfillment. So something that you wished for is on its way. Something emotionally fulfilling that'll nurture your soul, I'm hearing. You're gifted with a prismatic kaleidoscope point of view. Okay. Where are we? Okay, next card. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. All right. Okay, moving on to number 7. Powerful number 7. Okay. Wow, I just ended that last reading at 1111111. Okay, so you're starting at 1111111. So a new beginning. I'm seeing a new beginning for you guys. Something is new, something powerful. Let's talk about 7. 7 is the introspection. They are the faith seekers. They are the truth seekers. They are here to find out the truth about things. They're here to find out the deeper meaning of life. They're here to go inward for answers. They are very psychic in their own way, but they just have to trust their intuition because they have a hard time with trusting things. Very skeptical at times, unless they have the proof is in the pudding. They really don't, like, they need a scientific explanation. So once they are able to get themselves out of that scientific mode, magic and miracles happen around them. Synchronicities abound. That they just have to shut off that skeptical side of themselves and allow themselves to receive the magic of the universe. They can have issues with trust, but also with truth. So not being their authentic selves, or they can have issues with lying or people lying to them. And that's why the trust thing comes in. So it's a matter of having faith and trusting. When they're at their high vibe of self, they have faith and they trust the universe and trust others, trust their intuition. Very powerful number. You know, the power of 7, right? You know, what was I gonna, no, was I gonna do that? No, I was not gonna do that. Okay. So, 7. Oh, and the problem with 7 is they're very introspective. It's not a problem. But one of the things that can arise with 7s, they're very introspective. They process a lot of things in their mind. So they're really good at texting because now they have to, whatever they're thinking of, they have to write it out. But when it comes to talking, they might have a hard time with communicating what is in their mind coming out of their mouth. They can also be truthful and blunt to the point of hurting feelings of others. And so I always tell 7s and 8s, because they're the blunt ones in numerology, truth without kindness is cruelty. So communication is an art that needs to be mastered. And so if anybody needs to master this art, it's 7 and 8. So here we go. And it's about personal growth, you know, spiritual growth, and in whichever way. They're always growing spiritually. Okay, so here we go. The song that came through for 7 was Eyes Tight by Power Druid. So when I think of eyes tight, I think of eyes tight shut, eyes closed shut, not being able to see, right? Not wanting to see because of the skepticism. But I'm also seeing eyes tight as finally closing their eyes in meditation and trying to see with their eyes closed, not visually, but, you know, seeing what comes through with them when they meditate. Because if you can get a 7 to meditate, powerful things happen with 7s. But they just have to get themselves out of that skeptical space. And I'm seeing druids like, you know, Stonehenge. druids. So I don't know if somebody's been thinking of Stonehenge, druids, but like power points on Earth, like Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, Easter Island, things like that, power places on Earth. Mount Shasta. Okay, eyes tight. What is the message for number 7? So if your birthday is 7, life path 7, etc. Page of Swords. Curiosity. So there's something that you're curious about right now. So the card itself represents delayed news, patience being needed. So you've been patient about something. You've been waiting for something. It talks about ideas, inspiration, planning something. So if you're planning on doing something, going somewhere, it says one who is calculating and unconcerned about the feelings of others. And look at communicators, scientists, mathematicians, aviators, travelers. That's exactly what a 7 is. They are, sometimes cannot take the feelings of others into consideration. And they are a lot of scientists and mathematicians. Nikola Tesla was a 7 in numerology. Now, in reverse, we have malice, hypocrisy, suspicious problems, someone who is unconcerned with the feelings of others. And again, someone who is unconcerned about the feelings of others. So somebody calculating. And people could say 7s are calculating, but I don't see it. I'm not seeing it in a negative way. I'm just seeing somebody calculating in the sense that they plan things out first. Like, this is how I'm going to do this and this and this, because that's how their mind operates. It's very introspective. So where some people might think it's a negative, it's actually can be a positive for some, because that's how they plan things. That's how they do things, yeah. So I'm seeing this curiosity coming through with the Page of Swords, but I'm also seeing expansion of spirituality. So growing, like all of a sudden, like spiritual awakening is what I'm seeing. Page of Swords. Intelligence. Talks about contracts as well. As a person, a Page of Swords suggests an individual who is charming, clever, and very good company. As he's a page, this is often a younger person or someone with youthful, quick-fire brain, forthright with words, but is ultimately a good ally who can turn challenges into opportunities. So I'm not sure if that's somebody that's coming into your life or if that's your energy, but I'm seeing that energy, and you're curious about that person. Curious about that energy. And I'm seeing a contract coming for somebody. Travel document, some sort of contract, maybe a property or career, I don't know, but some sort of contract. And expanding, I don't know if it's expanding your work, expanding your connections, expanding your mind, expanding your spirit. I'm seeing expansion coming through. The whole world in your hands. We had receptivity. Okay. You're curious. You're being very receptive to what's coming through because your mind is expanding now. You're open to receive what the universe is giving you. You're open to receive. You're like, okay, I want to expand. I want to do this. You had 2 cards that came through. Everybody else got 1. But what happened is I was focused on 7. No, I was looking at 8, but I was supposed to be doing 7. So I was like, 8, 8. So then I ended up confusing the 2 cards. So you might also resonate with number 8 because the card that was at 8 was supposed to go here, and these cards were supposed to go there, and they're exactly where they're meant to be right now. So we have higher learning, which we're expanding, right? We're expanding our awareness. Maybe you've been thinking about going back to school for something or learning something new. Doesn't necessarily have to be school. When I think of Melchizedek, this is sacred geometry. This is spiritual higher learning, expanding your spiritual awareness, being more receptive to the universe, right? And I see soul flame, twin flame. So this card is the twin flame card. So maybe you're curious about twin flames and their journey. To rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Very powerful cards. So I want to put this here. Oops. Oh, for goodness sakes. That goes here. That goes here. I'm going to put these here. Okay, perfect. And then we had, I am infinite supply. You are supplied for. I love when this card comes out because this is like money always comes in when you have this card, like the worker bee. So I'm seeing somebody who works hard. There's always money coming in, always some sort of income stream coming in, always some kind of opportunity coming in. And woman. Okay, so what was your song? I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, Eyes Tight. Okay, so I want to get to expansion. So let's just talk about expansion a little bit, which is the throat chakra. So we are expanding the way that we communicate, the way that we express ourselves. We're being more receptive to things. We're to soul connections, possibly. We're expanding. And when we expand, we open ourselves to these connections, right? Because we're no longer closed off to them. So expansion, you'll see it when you believe it. I love this because that is the 7. The 7 is usually, I have to see it to believe it, right? And this is telling you, believe it before you see it. So seeking good advice. Okay, so let me just get to the main message here. How can I create powerful alliances? New people are entering your life. Talks about wise counsel, fruitful collaborations, spiritual support, being guided. Talks about connection, progress. And it says, the little legend, I like it because it's about God talking to somebody and he trusts this person's intuition. So we ask him, what color should I paint the sky? And the person says blue. And so God allows him to paint it blue because he really trusts that person's opinion. So I'm seeing somebody trusting the opinion of another, whether, you know, and I keep seeing colors, like somebody's painting something or coloring something, a color collaboration, something that has to do with a palette of colors. And it's the blue throat chakra. So expressing yourself on a deeper level. And then we're going to receptivity. If you look at it, this beautiful lotus flower. So I feel like you're this lotus flower. You were in the dark for a very long time. And when we're in the dark, we can't see anything, you know, right? Everything's dark. Our eyes are closed. But as we start, and I love, look at this. You're this beautiful woman. You're open to receive this beautiful feminine energy. Whether this is you, like open to receive your feminine side, which is the feminine side is your right brain, intuition, receptivity, the moon. But I feel like there's somebody coming into your life. This woman is coming into your life. And look at it's like she's got the DNA, this light, this DNA, this powerful DNA. And her arms are out being receptive to receive. And we see all the like beautiful stars around her, like sent from the stars. And we have the lotus flower, and the lotus flower does not bloom until it touches the sun and the warmth of the sun. And then it finally comes out of the dirt and murk and turns into this beautiful lotus flower. I feel like that's you coming out of the dark. Your intuition is lighting up because this to me represents intuition. Such a beautiful card. Look, I don't know if you can see it. You could see the woman that appears out of there. Like from nowhere. You manifested this person. Whether this person is yourself, you manifested you, or you're manifesting an actual person. A twin flame, so to speak, because we have the soul flame card. So we're going to read soul flame, and then we're going to read Melchizedek. Melchizedek has very important significance with the number 7 as well. But I am actually an ordained minister, and I belong to the Church of Melchizedek. So here we go. Radha, soul flame. I really love this card. So cool. I'm going to put this over here. Radha, 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 Radha. I'm seeing R-A-D. Rad. Rad, huh? That's rad, huh? The Hindu goddess Radha is a divine feminine counterpart and twin flame of Krishna. She's considered to represent Shakti, the divine feminine. And look at, we had divine feminine here as well. I keep seeing like these cards go together. It's the feminine creative spirit of the universal life force. Yeah, look at that. The feminine spirit. It almost looks like a spirit. Without the female, the male cannot be created. Radha is completely devoted to her partner and illustrates the age-old adage of behind every powerful man is a powerful woman. So loving union. So this card is about union and relationship harmony are key at this time. It is important to remember, though, that relationships won't make you whole. Only your own love can do that. You now have opportunities to find lost parts of yourself, maybe central aspects with the capacity to cherish yourself. The relationships around you will then begin to reflect the love you have for yourself. Increased romance, love, and opportunities to express divine harmony through love are all becoming apparent in your life. You deserve divine love. And Radha, with her Shakti presence, is here to awaken this loving connection within you. That's absolutely gorgeous. I really love that. And so let's get to Melchizedek. Oh, for goodness sakes. Here we go. Radha, Radha, Radha. Rad, huh? R-A-D, huh? Melchizedek. So Melchizedek is the high priest who is mentioned in the Bible book of Genesis and many other sources. He's here to help through the ascension process. So you are ascending. Melchizedek comes through when somebody is ascending spiritually, when they are expanding spiritually. And look at, they look very similar. The Melchizedek there and Melchizedek there. I want to leave that there. And look at, the whole world is in her hands. Like you are being gifted something, this beautiful gift. Are you open? Are you ready to receive this gift? He appears with a bright light around him and a loving white beard. Look at the same dude. You got him twice. He's a light-filled priest. You can connect through him through sacred geometry and ancient star-shaped symbols. So Merkaba is the one that I connect with him. And the Metatron's cube. So maybe you've been thinking about a sacred geometry tattoo. They're very powerful. They're like, it's like having a crop circle on your arm. It's a very powerful. You just have to know what you're putting on your body. You have learned so much to this point, and you are learning more every day. You're recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought to you, and are preparing for a transition or inner ascension where you will move beyond another level of fear and into an inner sanctum of your heart and soul. Become aware of patterns, ancient symbols, and signs being sent to you from the universe. There's a sense that you are now able to focus in a new way and offer greater light to the world. Melchizedek and his order are with you now, leading you towards spiritual wisdom. Meditate and connect with their light. That's absolutely beautiful. I really love this. Oh, there's the symbol right there. And there's the flower of life behind it. Oops. Well, I can never figure out where the camera is here. Here we go. Very powerful. Where was I? Oh, yeah. And then finally, we're going to get to I'm infinite supply. God will provide you with more than enough. So I love this. It's the worker bee, right? The worker bee protects the queen. They don't question it. They just do. And the universe supplies them with this beautiful honey. They're always supplied and taken for. Philippians 4:19. I'm seeing Venus and a Taurus here. There's the Taurus and the Venus symbol. So a love that's grounded. So Taurus represents earth, stability. So something grounded in reality, something stable, something secure. That is very bountiful because the honey represents bounty to me. And you know what? Number 8 got honey too, I think. So I keep seeing like 7 and 8 going together. Okay, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that. Follow your curiosity. Let go of any fears, because the chakra's here. Let go of any fears, cutting out things that no longer serve you, and realizing your power, because you are very powerful. Okay, moving on to number 8. (44:8). Usually in numerology, there is no 44:8, but I just wanted it to be there for my own personal reasons. So here we go. Number 8. 8 is the entrepreneur in numerology. It is the executive. It is meant to make money, do money, work. It's kind of reminding me of the bee over here. It's the worker bee. It is very powerful in making money. But it also, the negative side, it can have an ego. So it can be over egoic or overstep its power boundaries, have issues with power. But it's a really good manifester. Very powerful number. But the 8s can also, they can either make a lot of money and hoard, and then die with it all in the bank, or they make money and spend it and they don't have nothing. Or they're constantly working to make money, constantly fighting themselves to make money. Or, so they can be a little overworkers. workaholics I'm seeing. And if they're not workaholics, they're very balanced, right? There's a balance to it. But 8 is very powerful. On its side, it's infinity. So they are able to make things happen. That's why it's manifestation here. When they believe in themselves, when they're working on something they're very passionate about, they can make it work. Like they can make it be very successful. With the 7s, we were talking about 7 and 8 earlier with the 7 reading. And I was seeing they have a problem with tact and communication. So their words can cut like knives. So I always say truth without kindness is cruelty. So always be mindful of that in your communication. They really have to work on their communication skills. But other than that, very powerful number. And when they step into their power in a balanced manner, they make miracles happen. 8. Oh, what are we doing? Here we go. So the song that came through for number 8 was I Am Woman by Emmy Melly. I kept thinking of Yin Yang, but the song is, talks about I am woman. But it's interesting because both of these cards had like feminine energy. So I feel like this energy, this 8 is either stepping into their feminine, like they've always been very masculine. And I'm not saying it like male, female. I'm seeing left brain, right brain. They've always been very left brain, where they've seen everything logically, logical perspective. Everything is done logically. Everything is earth, sex, money, done. Earth, sex, very, not saying it's low energy, but very earthly energy. And so now with I Am Woman coming through, they're recognizing their intuition, their power of receptivity. They're recognizing their creativity. They're recognizing those softer, nurturing aspects of themselves that they never even knew existed. They're balancing the left brain and the right brain. I'm going to stop using masculine and feminine. The left brain and right brain, they're balancing it. And when you balance that, you make magic happen. Manifestation happens. But I really like, where's the lyric? I think I 1 second. I think I screen grabbed a lyric. Did I or not? Yes, I did. I am cherry, I'm lemon, I'm the sweetest key lime pie. I'm electric, I'm bass, I'm the beat of my own drum. I could make your goosebumps raise with the tracing of my thumb. Only love can get inside me. I move in my own timing. Voice of the future, speak to me kindly. So somebody who's claircognizant. So I'm seeing a woman coming into your life. And this woman could be you. If you're feminine or if you're masculine, this can also be you. But I'm seeing like a person coming into your life who is a woman, who is this like very powerful, very claircognizant, very intuitive, very powerful, the epitome of a powerful woman coming into your life. This could be a friend, this can be a love relationship, this can be a business partner, but it's a feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a girl, or it could be a man who's tapped into his feminine energy. Okay. I am woman, I am power, I am the Holy One. I love that came through. Oh my God, Isis. This is really powerful. Miracles happening. Put this here. So the basis of this card is the 6 of Pentacles. Charity. You giving to charity. Being charitable. The scales are being balanced. Karmic clearing. Karmic balancing. A workaholic. If we had workaholic, there's workaholic. So we had gifts, generosity, charity, donations, money, community, assistance, support, employment. So somebody working really hard. A lot of prosperity coming in, a lot of money coming in, somebody giving you money, giving and receiving, gratitude, being valued, being well paid. So somebody really valuing what you do and valuing your worth and I don't want to say paying you for it, but like, it doesn't have to be pain. It could just be somebody giving you gratitude in whatever way. It could be an energy exchange, which is money, or it could be words, somebody saying just how valuable your work is. Upside down talks about unpaid bills, money problems, bad debt, greed, selfishness, stinginess, miserliness, but it came up upright. So I'm seeing, working really hard and working so hard that now, you're able to help others. The less fortunate. So I'm seeing charity work. I'm seeing a prayer being fulfilled. So maybe this money that maybe you've been praying for money. I actually don't think it's money that you're praying for. I feel like you're just praying for an opportunity Because this guy's working really hard. Look at him. He's getting old. He's just working really hard. He's exhausted. And he wants more. You know, he wants more than that. He wants, I keep saying the woman. And I love that Isis came through because she's the divine goddess. She's the twin flame energy. So we had 2 twin flame cards in a row with 7 and 8. I really feel like 7 and 8 are connected. And this is the heart chakra, giving generously from your heart. It's the humanitarian, which is interesting because we're moving into 9, which is the humanitarian. So I feel like all these 3 cards, they're very important. Like I feel like they all are going to go together. I haven't seen the cards yet for 9, but I feel like this one really resonates with 9 with the generosity. So I feel like a prayer is being answered. Maybe you've been working really hard and you want to take a break. Or maybe you've been wanting something that's not work related. Maybe you've been praying for a partner or a business or something. Like whatever you've been praying for is here. I am woman. You can look up the lyrics. Oh, am I going to do, I usually do like a thing where I put a playlist, but it just takes so much work. So we're seeing your solar plexus being worthy, feeling worthy of this prayer coming true. This Isis energy. Isis represents, you know, she's the magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So something you wanted really badly is the answered prayer is here. Right? The universe has given it to you. See how like they're begging, they're not begging, their hand's just out open to receive, and the universe is giving it to you. So my answered prayer. I feel like there, you know, if you look at it, there's like somebody lives in the big city and then somebody I feel like maybe somebody's been wanting to move to a place that's more mountainous. More mountainous. Once again, I apologize for my nails. Gotta get fancy nails. Inspiration. If my most powerful thoughts are a form of prayer, how can I live in active prayer? Key ideas. All prayers are answered. Following where life leads, being of service, fulfillment. The key word is clarity, destiny, authenticity. I keep getting the word clarity. Clairsentience, claircognizant, clairaudient, the clairs, right? All the intuition. And I keep hearing clarity, like where you couldn't see before, maybe your third eye was closed. Now you're seeing clearly. You're like, whoa, I didn't realize the world was this magical. Their synchronicities are going crazy right now. Cool lemonade is a reminder that there is always a plan. If you were sidetracked from your path, then you will be guided back to your true calling. I love that. And this car just drove by and it had a flat tire. Flat tire out there. Anyway, okay. So let me read you. So exhaustion. If I'm not familiar, I'm trying to remember. No, that's not it. I think that's not it. Is that the devil? No, it's the hermit. So exhaustion to me is like taking the time to finally, you know, it's overworked, right? They're overworked. It's like, I'm ready to take a break. And you're manifesting miracles because we got Isis over here. And I have a very powerful, strong connection to this energy of Isis. When I had my awakening, that energy was like speaking to me very, very strongly. So you might have a very strong connection to Egypt, the Isis connection. Isis is a strong, smart, and focused Egyptian winged goddess. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light and between the underworld, heaven and earth. For that reason, whenever she comes to us, she will help us move from hell of our own fear into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover, Osiris, from the dead. And this powerful allegorical story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life, a dream that we may have killed off with fear or lack of self-belief. So if you might have had a fear about this prayer, like whether this was prayer of a new job or work or something, like she's letting you know you're worthy of it, letting go of your fears of it, afraid of being hurt, afraid of being fired, afraid of, you know, not trusting, etc. She's there to help you overcome those fears. With her magical abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams into reality. You're moving into a space where your dream reality is becoming your outward reality. This is an extremely powerful time, and it's vital to keep focused on the highest good of all. You no longer want to relive your own history and or feel unsupported. Acknowledging where you once were and how you've changed that situation around is a powerful focus of gratitude that will align you with universal abundance. Discipline and commitment are important right now. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions and bring life-enhancing ideas into reality. Magic is manifesting all around you. This is exciting. Yeah, it absolutely is. She is a very powerful goddess, very strong. And look at, I am the Holy Grail. More honey and a bee. So if you watch the number 7, the honey and the bee came through. You live from divine truth and for the truth. Isaiah 48:17. And I'm seeing emotional fulfillment. The one. So I'm seeing you manifesting the one. I'm seeing a transformation that has happened. I'm seeing honey dripping down, representing something that's very sweet, right? Something you worked very hard for too, because the worker bee, he's a workaholic. He works very hard to produce this honey. And I really love, you see the like bees there eating the delicious honeycomb, the fruits of their labor. I'm seeing the trees right there representing karmic completions, our ancestry, right? Letting that go, letting go of the lack mentality that our ancestors had, and now being able to make enough to where we can help others, right? I think that's a goal for a lot of people. Like if I were a millionaire, I would use that money to, take care of myself, my family, but I would help others with it as well. So I feel like a lot of you would also do the same. The pomegranate has deep significance. And I'm seeing emotional fulfillment. Look at all that water cleansing, right? Detoxing, but I'm seeing emotional fulfillment. Finally being emotionally fulfilled, like finding the one, like you're the holy one, but you're finding the one, and it's emotionally fulfilled. The pomegranate represents, I actually have a thing here that tells me what the pomegranate represents. Or did I not have it? Oh, here it is. The pomegranate represents another Egyptian goddess, the Hathor, who is the moon. That's powerful. The symbol of the subconscious. So manifesting your deepest desires, your subconscious desires that you've always wanted, that you've been afraid, right? Female fertility. Fertility doesn't have to be like pregnancy. It could also represent projects and creative ideas and things that come to fruition. So manifesting something, that prayer that you've wanted being answered. That woman. If you are a man, it could be a woman, an actual woman that you've been manifesting. Or if you're a woman, it could actually be a female person in your life that you're manifesting, or it could be a masculine energy with feminine, a balance, somebody who's really in tone with their feminine side, with their nurturing side, with their intuitive side, etc. Okay. I think that's awesome. What else? Eternal life. So I'm seeing, whenever I think of this Isis card, I think of past life. So this is a past life connection. There's definitely a past life connection coming through. The third eye lit up right there. It's like something that you manifested as well. You've manifested this connection again. Like I feel like you've had this connection and you manifested it. Like you've dreamt about it. I'm seeing a lot of lapis lazuli, a lot of blue, representing the third eye, seeing things very clearly. And I feel like making lemons out of lemonade. But the exhaustion, like, we're done with this exhaustion. We're done working for the machine. I'm seeing like Rage Against the Machine. Like, I'm almost seeing the Matrix here. I feel like this like reminds me of the Matrix for some reason. This robot. Like he's running the machine. Like he's tired. Okay. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful cards. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And now we are going to be moving on to pile number 9. Okay, number 9. Here we go. Final pile. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. We've been going almost 2 hours here. So number 9, one of my favorite numbers in numerology. So if your birthday is the 9th, or 18, or 20, wait, what am I? I'm like trying to count. Is it 27? If your birthday is 9, 18, 27, or if you have a life path 9, birthday 9, solar's 9. Here we go. The 9, they're the humanitarian. They are the wisest number in numerology. They have lived every number in past lifetimes and have reached this 9. They are, every other number can be reduced back down to 9. So very powerful number. And they're very wise, right? Because they've lived all these numbers. They can understand things on a deeper level, the human condition, the human mind. They're very compassionate. They're very empathetic. And the problem with that sometimes, and the downside to that sometimes, is that people can take advantage of them. So they can struggle sometimes with enmeshment with family and friends, where they take on their family and friends' problems, and, you know, because they want to help, so they feel helpless. And so it's about detaching yourself from your family's drama. That is their things to deal with. It is not yours. You can give advice if you like, but don't take it on as your own problem. So very intuitive number, one of the most evolved numbers in numerology, and the most spiritual number in numerology. So very powerful. Be mindful of ego with the number 9, because we can think that we know everything because we're so wise. But it's a reminder that everybody is on their own journey, and allowing them to experience their own journey is crucial. So the song that came through for number 9 was Earth Angel by the Penguins, off the Mercury Talk. So what's interesting is Earth Angel is a humanitarian. So that's your song, your Earth Angel. And Mercury is communicator, so the communicator. And I actually have Penguin here and Mercury to read for you. I'm going to do Mercury first. And it's just a little snippet. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Here it is. So Mercury represents the magician in tarot, Gemini and Virgo. House number 3 and 6. And what is 3 and 6 is 9. 3, 6, 9. So I'm seeing 3, 6, 9. And when it comes up, it talks about opening yourself up to winged ways and getting yourself out of stuck situations. Mercury's a reminder that no feeling is final, and you get to choose the perspective that works for you. Beautiful. It's about connection, cleverness, symbols. So learning symbols. I keep seeing a book of symbols. Decoding things. And then we have Penguin. You're much more powerful and durable than you think you are. You have everything you need inside you and in front of you to have a good life, so always keep that in mind. You'll soon be able to experience lucid dreaming, where you become fully aware while dreaming and can change the details of the dream. This is an excellent time to explore altered states of consciousness, especially out-of-body experiences such as astral travel. Absolutely. I was going to mention that in pile 8, because I was seeing a lot of dream stuff in pile 7 and 8. It's coming through, and I was saying that these cards were all connected, so you might be guided to watch 7 and 8. But definitely seeing a lot of lucid dreaming, a lot of dream state. I was talking about Inception in card 7, the movie Inception, and how our subconscious mind and how things play out from our dreams, and how sometimes our subconscious mind, you know, there's different ways we sort through problems through our subconscious mind, but through our dream state. But it's also, we receive a lot of prophetic messages, because in our dream state, there is no time. There is no past, present, or future. Everything is just now. So we can pick up a lot of foresight through our dreams. But it's a matter of you understanding what is an actual just subconscious message, or what is a past life dream, or what is a subconscious thing that you're working through, etc. Beautiful. Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear? Oh, look at, and dreams. As we were just talking about dreams, here's dreams again. A lot of options, choices, multiple possibilities, opportunities, picking and choosing, decisions, procrastination, dreaming, fantasy, illusion, wishful thinking, imagination, hallucinations, meditation. So, reality, clarity. Clarity is another word that was popping through in all these readings over here. Seeing things clearly, claircognizance, just knowing with your third eye, seeing clearly. Sobriety. I was seeing somebody getting sober. But dreams, a lot of dreams happening and a lot of options. Look at all the options. He's got so many options there. Like, which ones do I choose? Which ones do I choose? And he just has to use his intuition to choose the one, because they all have amazing qualities. It's a matter of which one's going to fit him the best. Over here we have spiritual. He's got the snake in it. The snake can represent something bad, right? But in spirituality, the snake represents Kundalini awakening, spiritual rebirth, shedding of the old, right? Over here, there's a baby. So maybe this person wants to manifest a baby. This person wants to manifest a victory. There's a victory here. There's so many different. Here's monetary stuff. Maybe this person just wants monetary things, a house. So there's all these dreams are being presented to you, and why, he's like, why do I choose? Well, why do you have to choose? Why can't you just take all of them? So I feel like growth, business growth. We have understanding things on a deep level. I'm seeing somebody free. So third eye right here. Master Buddha, look at that, increased awareness, and that's the same as 9. I am bridge over waters. This is beautiful. So I want to read growth for you guys. So we're going to put this right here for the front. Grass. Your message is best expressed when you are uniquely you. And this is the coming out card. In this card, and I got that in my reading, 3-3 reading, somebody coming out, whether it's gay, bisexual, or something. But I'm also seeing somebody coming out, like coming out to visit, somebody coming out. Grass says, break away. It may be time for a change of scenery. Visit a foreign country, embark on a new enterprise, or learn a skill. Most importantly, grow. Personal inquiry. What have I outgrown? Am I willing to become independent? Key ideas. Taking a stand. Living your truth. Teaching by example. Keywords: warrior, peace, courage. And this talks about somebody who passes away, but they leave behind a legacy of love and courage. So living in a way that's courageous, not being afraid to live courageously you. Why are you living for others, right? Where are you living for others? I'm seeing somebody in a hospital and in the emergency room. And so I'm seeing an emergency room. And I'm seeing spirit. Look at this grass spirit that's there. So somebody passed away in a hospital. An ancestor, because I keep seeing deep roots. Master Buddha, increased awareness. One of the best cards, one of the best cards in the deck. 33, the master number of enlightenment. So you might be guided to watch number 3 or number 6. So it says you are moving beyond the illusion that fear has created so that you can move. Yeah, because this is talking about letting go of fear and being courageous. You're being called, okay, you're moving beyond the illusion that fear has created so that you can be more focused on your priorities and what is serving you on this path. All suffering eventually comes to an end, and acknowledging how you really feel and what occurred in order for you to feel this way will help you move beyond it. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness will benefit you. Thoughts may arise now that solve issues in your life, home, relationships, or work. They're being sent to you from an inner teacher, the Buddha within. And Buddha represents enlightenment, right? He, It says, the Buddha started his life as a rich, mollycoddled prince, but one day he broke free from the palace and was exposed to sickness, age, and death. This shook him and set him off on a spiritual adventure that would lead him to leave behind all earthly pleasures and seek enlightenment so that he could end suffering in the world. Now he helps us to make contact with our inner teacher and encourages us to acknowledge how we feel and then accept it so that we can move beyond the suffering we feel. So he's all about helping you let go of suffering. And sometimes it's our own mind that keeps us in suffering, our own limited beliefs that keeps us in suffering, right? So this is asking us, understanding is the crown chakra. So your crown chakra is being lit up, number 9. Your crown chakra is lighting up, and you are freeing yourself from these invisible bars that don't exist. You're realizing that you've been free this whole time. There is no shackles. I really love that the button looks like it's pressing play. I've seen somebody pressing play. So these are doves, and I want to read the dove for you guys. Express your love to as many people as possible in words and deeds, even in small yet significant ways. The soul of someone who has recently passed is making a smooth, peaceful, joyous transition. Yeah, so somebody passed, and I see that person. See the little leaf that's like a ghost spirit? Little green leaf there? This is a powerful time of prophecy and clear vision. And now more than ever, you're able to glimpse the future. Yes, I keep seeing foresight for a lot of you guys. So you're seeing things before they happen. You're experiencing a spiritual renewal that's the result of a period of intense and self-examination and challenges. This is a good time to stay at home and enjoy your domestic side. It's important to nurture yourself with loving care. Absolutely. And look at all those doves that are set free. It's almost like an ascension of doves. And you are, I am bridge over water. And look at that. It looks like the San Francisco Bridge. So somebody crossing the bridge, San Francisco Bridge. There's a rooster there. Oh my God. This reminds me of somebody that I know that passed. You are crossing new path. Walk every step with faith. I'm seeing somebody fishing. But like, you know how they do like in little mini islands. And is that Pisces? I think that's Pisces. We're in Pisces season right now. So somebody's a Pisces. Oh, what is that? Is that a frog? A flying? I was. Oh my God, you guys! I was trying to zoom. I was trying, like, if I was on my phone, I was trying to zoom into the picture. Anyway, so I'm seeing somebody crossing over the bridge, over the water, like they're traveling. They're crossing to go somewhere. I'm seeing the rooster. Do I have rooster in here? One of my friends must sue me that passed had. We have a story about a rooster, so it has significance for me. But I don't think rooster's in here. How about chicken? What? Chipmunk, chimpanzee, no chicken. Okay, well, anyway. Thanks for that, universe. So we're working on our heart chakra is expanding. We're being enlightened. We're having a deeper understanding of things and people in our lives and how we became where we are. You have a lot of options, and I'm seeing somebody on a dating site with like lots of options, like blah, and being overwhelmed by these options, right? But there's only one person that's the person of your dreams, and you're understanding that, and you're having these epiphanies, this enlightenment. You're growing, and so these options are no longer fulfilling for you. You're like, these are like my lower vibration options. These are things that like these are like things that are no longer who I am anymore. I'm ascending now, and I'm following my dreams, and I'm having these dreams, these powerful dreams about these soul connections. I feel like I'm missing, oh, here it is. I was gonna say missing a card, but I'm seeing something like bridge over water. I'm seeing something emotionally fulfilling coming in. And I was seeing that with all these cards right here. And being emotionally fulfilled, you're having an increased awareness. Your intuition is growing, right? But your heart is also growing too, where you're looking at things from a deeper heart perspective, more than you ever have before in your life. Very powerful. I for some reason, I'm guided to pull one more of these for you guys. For whatever weird, odd, strange reason. I feel like I'm missing a card. I am missing a card. Oh, no, I'm not. It's right there. I'm going to pull a card anyway. We're going to close it out with one card for you guys. Bridget. Oh my God. So there was a one of the other cards, Sir Nuno's came through, and he was the twin flame. So I'm seeing twin flame energy, inner strength. And so I'm seeing this right here, like understand things on a deeper level, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. And when she's holding that flame, that's the heart flame. That's the twin flame fire, like this passion in your heart, right? That's what Bridget represents. She represents also a home, a safe home, a safe haven, right? And we see the Celtic knot here, representing these strong soul connections. And at the bottom of the deck, expect miracles. So there's miracles coming. I have, you know, you've been strong for a long time. You've grown. I feel like you've grown through these trials and tribulations, right? You're looking past illusion and fantasy, whereas before it was a lot of fantasy, a lot of earthly pleasures, money, sex, power, you know, looks over anything, looks over heart. Not necessarily like looks over heart, but like focusing on the outer, too much of the outer and not focusing on our inner, worrying about too much of our outer appearance and not focusing on our inner appearance. And now we're realizing our outer doesn't matter. What matters is inner and who we are on the inside. And that's all that matters. We are perfect just the way we are. You are perfect just the way you are. You are this Master Buddha energy. You are compassionate, you are loving, you are kind, you are generous. And you emit that light to those around you. And people really appreciate that about you. You have that Buddha energy. So I feel like your dreams are coming true. We have the dreams here, following, you know, expecting a miracle. You've grown tremendously. You have this new fire in you. Something has sparked a fire in you. And you're traveling. You're understanding things on a deep level now. And you are traveling. I'm seeing somebody flying through these invisible bars, and going over water. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. And if you enjoyed what you watched here, please leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this and if I should do more of these. Let me know. Numerology is my thing, so I wanted to move into this area again. So I appreciate you all. Give a follow if you really resonated, and thank you so much for watching. Namaste, everybody.